Mia, long time no see. Lily, it's been a while. You're married. I had no idea. And it's been 5 years already. Oh, yes, that's right. Who told you? Yesterday I met Mary, who was in my class. I heard you got married. I was so shocked. I'm glad someone found you. I didn't know someone like you others don't. What? Did you call me all the way to tell me that? It's not like that. Why didn't you tell me? You didn't even invite me to your wedding. Isn't that a little cold? Because I haven't seen you at all since we graduated from college. Even in the college, we weren't that close. What? You're mean! I thought I was getting along with you. I even got your hand-me-downs. Hand-me-down? Do you mean taking over my boyfriend? What? I don't like the way you say that. You don't sound like a good listener. I guess it's the same no matter how you put it. I didn't do anything wrong, right? Because he said, Lily is more beautiful than me and came to me. It can't be helped, right? Didn't you know he was my boyfriend and asked him out? No. He came to me from the other side. But you know, I'm glad you broke up. He was that kind of a guy who will immediately run to another woman. That's true. But you broke up with him right away because he was a boring guy, right? You should be thankful to me. You didn't have to deal with that guy for so long. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and yet, you wouldn't invite me to your wedding, to whom you owe so much. Don't you think that nonsense? Even you got married, right? I heard you got married shortly after you graduated from college. Yes, you're right. I got married 2 years after I started working. I'm not cut out of working, so I wanted to leave the company early. I see, but I wasn't invited to the wedding too. And that's because my partner was quite rich. Well, being poor doesn't suit me. I see. That's why the invitation were for rich people only. If I invited you to the wedding, it would make me look bad. I don't want my friends to think that I have such a poor person in my life. That's why. But this is all for you, you know? Everyone brought a lot of congratulatory gifts. I just didn't invite you because I thought you couldn't afford it. This is another act of kindness. I see. I guess that means you care about me. That's obvious. So now you're married to this rich guy and you're doing it happily. But you know, we got divorced. Oh, is that so? He was stingy even though he was rich. If he has a salary with 20 million a year, I thought I could live a reasonable life. But when I bought a brand new item, he called it a waste of money and extravagant. He was always nagging me. And then he took away my credit card. He started to manage his salary by himself, and I have no more money at my disposal. Isn't that because you overdid it? No matter how good his salary is, if you spend it like that, anyone would do that. Don't you think so? No, it doesn't. That kind of thing is called being stingy. I couldn't do it, so I divorced him in the 3rd year. Okay, so you're single now. That's right. And my parents are very picky. They want me to work and get married and move out. Isn't that terrible? What? Are you sure you're not doing anything right now? Yeah, because I'm divorced and heartbroken. I can't work that soon. You said earlier that you got married the year after you graduated from college, right? Yeah. So what? And you got divorced in your 3rd year, which means you got divorced when you were 27, right? Oh yeah, you're good at understanding. Anyone can understand. That means it's 5 years ago. Oh, it's been that long already. Oh yes, by the way, I guess you got married the same year I got divorced. That's kind of sarcastic, isn't it? I didn't know that. It's none of my business. Besides, are you really that heartbroken? That's how deep the hurt is. But you broke up with him because he wouldn't let you spend money, right? Does that hurt you? Oh, of course! I thought I could spend the rest of my life spending with my husband's money. It didn't work out the way I wanted, you know? That means my dreams are dashed. That must be hurtful. I don't really understand the logic behind this. So, what did you want today? Was there something special? I heard you got married, so I thought I'd go over and congratulate you. You don't have to do that. Don't say like that. I'll eat your homemade meal. Make a good meal for me. What? Aren't you coming to celebrate? I am. And now you want me to cook for you. Isn't that a little strange? I'm going to your house for you, so it's natural. You don't have to force yourself to come. What's the matter with you? I told you I'd celebrate you. You should take people's kindness with an open heart. Well, maybe when I get a chance, I'll make opportunities. I'll be there soon, so look forward to it. Hey, Lily, when did you leave yesterday? You ate all over the place and didn't even clean up. Oh, Mia, thanks for the meal yesterday. What do you mean, thanks for the food? You just burged in here without permission. How dare you burg in on me? You unlocked the door for me. You just burged in while I was out. No, I didn't. When I told your husband you and I went to the college together, he let me in. Even if that's the case, I can't believe you went up there when I wasn't there. Besides, how can I leave a mess like that in someone's house? And you left before I even knew you were there. I had to clean up after you because you made such a mess, you know? I mean, because I feel bad cleaning up someone's house without permission. No, I think make a mess like that is much more terrible. I was really surprised when I came home and saw you. I didn't expect you to come. I was surprised. The other day when I saw you entering the apartment, I was so shocked. I had no idea you live in such a rich apartment. Why didn't you tell me? It's not like I bothered to tell you. I had no idea you were such a celebrity. I guess it was worth it for me to come over to celebrate. Celebration? You didn't bring me anything. I said congratulations on your wedding as the first words out of my mouth. I went out of my way to congratulate you. There's no better way to celebrate. What's that? Don't you usually bring at least one souvenir? Don't compare me with those ordinary people. You came before noon and asked for caviar and foie gras. You asked for a wine, and eventually opened the refrigerator. Moreover, defrosted the steak with both and started grilling it on your own. I don't think that's normal. But your husband was happy. He said it was like a party. He likes festivals like that. That's why he spends so much money. That's fine. You're just like my ex-husband. People who say things like that make others embarrassed, you know? I feel sorry for your husband. You two had a lot of fun together, didn't you? I know, right? I think I get along with your husband. And he's quite handsome. Why did he marry you? He doesn't suit you at all. Did you get some kind of weakness of him? What do you mean by that? I don't have any deep meaning. I just thought he must be a real sucker to marry you. I thought that type of guy is ugly, but I'm so surprised. And you live such a celebrity life, even though you're Mia. What do you mean, even for me? With a face of yours, you must be worse off than me. It's not like I've been living with my appearance. Besides, I don't like it when you talk like that. It doesn't matter, we are friends. Just because we're friends doesn't mean you can say whatever you want. I am honest. That's my strong point. You haven't changed at all since we were in college. It's been 10 years since we graduated. My good looks haven't changed over the years. I'm talking about our personality. By the way, you're grown up now. You didn't look like the same age with me. Your husband also said that. He didn't know there was such a beautiful woman among the classmates. He's in a good shape. He's outgoing and always wants to make himself look big. You shouldn't take what he said too seriously. What? He only tells the truth. It's a decent fact that I look younger and more beautiful than you. You seem to be having a lot of fun with people as your sidekick. I get distracted so bad I didn't get any work done. Okay. I heard you work from home. Do you do some kind of side job? I heard you got the highest grade in your college. But when you got out in the world, you didn't get it. I used to work for a company, but I started my own business when I was 30. I started my own business when I was 30, blah blah blah. The truth is, you are living on your husband's back, aren't you? I'm just taking easy on him because he makes a lot of money. What are you talking about? You think you're beating me, don't you? I'm not competing with you. I don't think I won or lost at all. You are lying! Mia, you haven't been able to beat me at all since college except in studies. If I could beat you in studies, that's good enough for me, isn't it? College is where you go to study. You got your current husband to make me look up to you. Huh? You know, we haven't seen each other since we graduated from college. There's no way I will think like that every single time. You've been holding on to the fact that I took your boyfriend for so long. That's ridiculous. You're a figurehead. Think what you want already. You haven't listened to anyone for a long time. You wouldn't believe anything I say. But you know what? I'll be the last one to laugh. What do you mean the last one to laugh? I came up with a very good idea right now. Your good thinking is not a good thing. We are not a student anymore. We won't be so different. You can do whatever you want. I will. After all, people have to live honestly. Don't you agree? I'll tell you if everything goes well. You don't have to report back to me. Well, don't say that. Just look forward to it. Mia, I have something to tell you, and it's a good news. You really contacted me. I told you you don't have to. Of course I did. We promised. I didn't mean to promise you anything in particular. Oh well, I'm sorry I haven't been able to visit you for a while. When you came out of the blue 3 months ago, you made a mess. You left without cleaning up any of the mess. Be honest, it was nothing but a nonsense. Oh, Mia, why are you talking so cold to me? I'm just telling you the truth. It's not a good idea to get involved with you. You're even more powerful than you were in college. I really don't want to get involved with you. But I guess that's not going to happen. What do you mean? Again, I got your guy. What? Well, I guess that just means I'm attractive. What on earth are you talking about? I'm talking about your husband, Dylan, of course. Or are you with another man, Mia? Of course not. I know, right? Not many people like you. Dylan also thinks I'm beautiful than you. Are you saying that you had an affair with my husband? Not cheating, but serious. Being in love with someone's husband isn't serious. It can't be helped. We fell in love at first sight. What nonsense are you talking? Because a man with high income doesn't suit you. Not celebrity life is mine. I don't understand what you're saying at all. Celebrity life. You're blurting it out again. A man with a high income is sexy and attractive. Your husband who makes salary 60 million a year is mine, so divorce him. You're talking about my income, right? Huh? Of course it's not your income. It's Dylan's income. Because Dylan says so. Oh, he's telling such a lie again. What a lie? I told you, he wants to make himself look big. I told you not to trust him. And yet, you were so fooled. What do you mean? Then how much is Dylan's annual income actually? About half? 30 million? No way. 2 million maybe. Huh? His company's performance has been slumping lately. His salary is going down. What? 2 million? That means he makes less than... Excuse me, $200 a month? But why is he living like that? I told you, that's my income. What do you do? I'm a web designer. I work for advertising agency and big companies. Right now, I've set up an online group with a few other people. We work together, so we get some pretty big assignment. And you make that much money, thanks to you. Well, I guess I got lucky. The president of the big company happened to like my design, and he used it. That's when I started getting a lot of work. So, Dylan is really... Yeah, the company is in such a state. I was in trouble because he was spending money without worries. Are you serious? I don't blame him for the company's condition, but he never changes his attitude towards life, and he never gets out of his vain habits. I was actually thinking of getting a divorce. What? But he insisted that he would never divorce me. So I went to see a meditator, but a meditator didn't think that just because my husband's salary is low, the meditator wouldn't accept that as grounds for divorce. I was in trouble. Is that so? Even if we go to meditation, he works decent. He's not verbally abusive. The meditator said, it will conclude like we should be helping each other out more as a couple. Or I'm not cooperating enough. That's not convincing. So, what do you want to say? That means thanks to you, we now have grounds for divorce. Huh? Because it's adultery, cheating. There's no such a fine reason, right? They say that divorce is granted almost 100% in the case of cheating. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you, Mia. No way. You're a good friend to have. I never thought of you as a friend before, but thank you for this one time. Just this once. You gotta be kidding. Thank you for taking on my husband. You're right, I'll divorce him right now. You can come and pick him up anytime. Let me ask you something. Anything you want. Whose is the tower house? That's obvious. It's mine. I know, right? But since you're a couple, Dina has a right to, right? If we sell it, it'll be worth a lot of money, right? What are you talking about? He doesn't have any rights. Why not? It's joint property of the couple, right? I'm sorry. I bought this apartment with the inheritance my father left me. Dila has no rights at all. Of course it's in my name. Did your father have that much money? You didn't talk about that in college. Of course I wouldn't tell you that. We don't usually talk about our parents' inheritance. I already told my parents I'm going to marry with a rich guy and move out. Oh, I see. The guy I married isn't rich, but why don't you just marry him and not worry about it? Luckily, we can join the registry right after a divorce, so there's no problem. Good for you. You got your way. I don't want to. I don't want that poor man. I don't need another divorce. I'm giving back to you. Well, I don't want him either. Oh, and just so you know, he's a very dependent man. If I leave him, I'm sure he'll never leave you. What? You should be good friends with him at best. I told you I don't want to. Dylan said he makes a salary of 60 million a year, so I took out a lot of loans to buy things. How am I supposed to pay for that? Can you pay with less than $200,000 a month? I don't know about that. It's none of my business. You should get a job, Lily. You must have heard enough from your previous divorce to seduce other people's husbands, right? There's no way those scars will remain forever. Is that so? It's been 5 years and you still look like you haven't healed. Anyways, if you're making such a money, why don't you lend me some money? I mean, you're my friend, so you can share a little. Huh? What kind of idea is that? I wouldn't lend you that kind of money. I mean, of course you know that. I'm going to charge alimony both of you. What? Because you're cheating on me. You have to pay me alimony. What a pity. I'm divorced and you're paying me money too. That's my friend. That's terrible! Taking money from me? That's not a friend! You're right. I don't consider you a friend either. I never have been. I never will be. And I never want anything to do with you anymore. I'll go through my lawyer for alimony too. Don't say that! I don't want Dylan anymore. I don't want to pay alimony either. Just give me the money! Don't be silly. How long are you going to keep saying such convenient things? We're 32 years old too. I don't care how old we are. I'm sorry for what we've been through. Let's be friends from now on. No thanks. I'm not going to have anything to do with someone who lives out as soon as she finds out how much money I have. I don't want anything to do with you. You should at least take responsibility for your own actions. Just be friends from now on. Mia, please! Give me assistance! The divorce was successfully finalized after the affair was proven, and the ex-husband was asked to leave. When Laili found out that had happened, her parents lost patience and were furious. She was kicked out of her parents' house, and she was crying to her lawyer to ask for a reduction of alimony. She was crying to her lawyer for a reduction in alimony, but of course he refused. Now she lives with her ex-husband in a cheap apartment with no sunlight. She works part-time from morning to night to pay her debts. They seem to be constantly fighting about money. My ex-husband was contacting me repeatedly about getting back together. I asked her to contact a lawyer to file a nonsense lawsuit against him because he was interfering with her work. I finally got him to quiet down, and now I can concentrate on my work. Thanks to them, my income is going to increase again. I plan to work even harder in the future.